Hello all, this is Zimnala again for another round of the Planet Crafter Toxicity DLC. We're gonna be picking up where we just left off. We left off in that little shack along the way. And basically I made some food and uploaded that video, and now I'm gonna head back in. But yeah, this may not take very long to do this exploration, but I wanted to be thorough. So I have enough supplies already for stuff, but I'll get more iron. Yeah, we got most of our supplies. Wonder what's going on in this corner. It would also be pretty cool if this was the end of the world and I didn't have to go any further. I'd also be fine with that. But, we'll see. So far it just looks like eternal desert. Yeah, this looks like the wall of fog nonsense, so either we can't go this way yet, we have to terraform more, or something. So good, we reached it. We reached a current ending of exploration. Good, good, good. We will look again in the future. Yeah, this means we can actually go back and consolidate our stuff. And actually progress the terraformation level again. Yeah, this is something in me that wants to see, like, the edges of the world. I think we already went that way, but I'm gonna look that way anyway. So yeah, let's slap down another storage thing. And yeah, I don't feel like it's dangerous to go this way anyway because it is right along the path, but we're gonna take a peek up here. We're gonna see how this interconnects. I think we already looked this way. But this might just directly go and bypass this entire thing, so that's fine. If so, then we'll dip in from the other side and grab the goodies. Yeah, it kind of looks like it. Okay, that's all I wanted to check. I kind of wish getting to the middle spire was a little less convoluted than going through this upper area, but I mean, it is what it is. Was there any more goodies to bring? Not from this level. Do I want to look below, or do I just want to guess that this is what we got? thinking about it. I'll look downstairs because they might have left some stuff down there. Let's oh, well, you got goodies in you. Okay. Yeah, let's leave the water, like, most of the water behind. We'll carry one or two of them. Let's pick up the aluminum and super alloy right here. And let's fly down and around. Let's look inside here, see what's going on. See if I left anything. Nope, didn't leave anything down here. Wait, there was something inside? I thought I... Alright, let's get back in. There's this... Oh, I just didn't take it down. Okay. Okay. If it's empty, and I don't need to worry about it. I'll build another one if I need it. But yeah, as before, I don't need to bring this water with me. I can just bring what I want to. Was this the way in? No, I had to go above to get back. Well, I don't have to, but it's simpler. Because this base had goo in it, so I'm not going to dismantle it. I keep on wondering about that, and then I just keep remembering it's goo. That's why I didn't clear it out. I'll have drones bring the goo back eventually. I don't need to chase it myself. But yeah, I'm probably going to make a main base out on this middle area, because this place is much more interconnected. I just haven't decided where or exactly how I want to go about that. But I'm gonna guess it's probably gonna be in this central strip right here that leads on the side here. Or maybe like up and above and over these rocks, cause like whatever. I can build a way up. Okay, so which of our supplies do I want to do? So I'm gonna leave the food behind because we will do more out here. We can get as much food as we want on the other side. We got the trade space rocket. Dang, I didn't realize we were that far in. Another meteor storm. Sure, I'll bite. We did finish our main stuff, and the aluminum will be helpful to us, so sure. Let's go on a sojourn of nonsense. Where are you guys landing? There? I guess this whole circle around this area. Let's let them land. Well, actually, it probably doesn't matter too much. We can start looking at them at least. We can start gathering materials because on this side, because I am like pretty sure I'm going to build a base over here at this point. And it's... There we go. I knew something else had landed here. So I'm actually gonna look up top to see what landed up there. See if anything like got stuck up here. Yeah, see, I had a feeling it might have. So I am pretty sure I'm going to be building it in that middle, like, area. So I am going to pop down a base right here and just start putting some materials in it. The other one's full up of random nonsense, but this one's just going to be materials. So what's going on right here? Just iron and titanium. Okay. This is what I mean by they start looking out of place. So if you get lucky, you'll find an area like this where they're just like float in the air. So like they really stand out. So yeah, we'll continue going in a circle from where we landed, see if we can find any other spots that have crashed. Otherwise, I'm gonna pick up iron. There we go, we found another spot where some of it crashed. Maybe it was on top of this mountain and it rolled down, so I'm gonna look up top here, see if anything crashed up on top of this. Doesn't really seem like it, but you never know. We'll poke around a bit. Yeah, we're gonna use a lot of the iron for like platforms and some other stuff, so. There's no amount of iron that could be enough. But yeah, this has a couple of benefits. Like it thins out the stuff on the ground, making it easier to find what we're looking for. And it also just gets us materials for building, so. So I'm gonna start moving out actual like materials for building to the other one. So cobalt is not needed for building. So that can get left behind. So yeah, I'm just gonna move it over to that other one, and then I'm gonna go back to where we started our search for looking for meteors, and we're gonna go the other direction, which was right on that thing right there. So while I found some of the stuff the other way, I definitely did not find everything. And sometimes the meteor crashes are just too fresh and you just can't see underneath some parts of it, so we can come back here and see if I missed bits of it. Nope, you're fresh. Okay, so yeah, we'll go around it this way. Now you look like a pile of stuff, but I guess not. This should have been about the right distance for meteors to strike, but I guess I didn't see any in particular land anywhere in this direction. I just wasn't looking this direction. But we can see what's up in this tiny little base and get rid of it if it's just... Well, if it has goo, I won't get rid of it. Never mind. I'm sure it has goo in it. We could take out anything useful out of it. we definitely didn't go far enough this way. Now I realized how close we were to this base, so you have to go kind of farther out than that. Like about this distance. Yeah, see, I found a piece of one right up here, which means that it struck right around here and left giblets all over the place. Only one though, huh? Aluminum. I'll take that. More is more than one then. Cool. Might be trapped in there. Okay. We got the vast majority of it though. Here's some more. So let's just slam a little base here and put some inside of that. Okay. We'll take the good stuff in a second. We're just gonna pick up what's loose. Or at least a lot of the good stuff. Okay, load me up with the stuff that we want to keep. And we'll just mosey our way back. I think we largely got the meteors, but kind of float around this way. I think we're outside the range of the radius though, so. There's such a weird angle for one to grow. Oh boy, another nighttime event. So usually when I make a more permanent settlement, I center it around the launch pad, believe it or not, the launch platform. I don't know if I actually have any of the super alloy in that base, so we're gonna come look over here. I think I did have some over here, so I have enough to build that. That's 2 of it. If it's only 2, that's not quite enough. Okay, so we'll do a quick return and we'll start bringing over stuff we will need. So we had some Tech 3 drills, we had these T3 heaters, and we had some seed generators. We also have flower spreaders now, but we need to get a lab going for that. I guess we could make an actual atmospheric water collector. I guess we purified enough for that finally. Yeah, we still have time on the journey, so I can keep looking. So yeah, we need to make a biolab. We can do that. We can do this, but we're going to move this. We're going to move this facilities to the other side. So we're just going to set up our drills and stuff over here, or at least some of them. So the way I'm thinking of it is I'm going to leave this area as like a base for essentially setting up drills and stuff rather than any sort of heavy construction. So I'm gonna come harvest these one more time, maybe get the hopefully finished. What do we got? What, this is the final notch? No, we're done actually. Okay, that's good news. Let's empty them. So that's something we also need to bring over is our purifying assembly, because like we're done with purifying the water on this side as well. It's just literally all just that. Yep, good. That means we can dismantle them. And move it out of this section. So this is going to go with us on at least one of these journeys, so I'm going to drop it off here. Well, there's food packets. We can start utilizing those a bit. What's going on? Anything we need to know about? Doesn't look like it. I'm gonna slam a better one right here. Yeah, we're just gonna set that down. Yeah, we don't need this stuff currently. Let's not get turned around. I think it's this way. Yeah, so moving stuff won't take that long because we only need to move the most important things. So let us grab our food. Store that away. Cool. So let us reassemble stuff. So we had 3 drills. That's rookie numbers. Let's go up to like 5 or 6. So we need 2. 3 and 6. Okay, let's go slap down 6 drills. And now that we've reevaluated stuff, we can put them in a little bit more visible of an area. We were gonna actually end up changing them up anyway, so. Oh, I didn't get enough iron. Okay, cool. We got more iron. I guess I used some of the iron for something else. Okay. And it's just that easy. Okay, so drills are sorted. Heaters. We had enough for, I want to say 5. Let's go up to another, like, 8. Let's get 3 more. Do I actually have the iridium for this? Maybe that's the limitation. I might not have the extra iridium to do that, actually. We might actually need to start doing that again. Yeah, I guess we didn't really get a lot of extra iridium, but we got plenty of stuff, so I can use whatever we currently have, so that's fine. So what do I need? Titanium, aluminum, and silicone. Let's see what's upstairs. I got random nonsense in here. Okay. This was where we were putting them anyway, so we are right here. Is that? Yeah, if we go up another tech or 2 on this, we're gonna actually move them outside, which will be nice. So yeah, our bottleneck is iridium, so I'm gonna have to worry about that or not for a little bit. It's not a crisis, but now we've got most of our stuff picking up again, so we can come down and look at the terraformation. It's gonna start moving more vividly again. Let's pull this out. So the limitation on this is actually lerma seeds. As fun as that is. And I don't think we actually saw a lot more, so you might have to start doing the more advanced ones, like getting up to the biolab and stuff, but because I don't really want to go opening up chests for the lerma seeds, so yeah, those are now active again. Let's see how we're doing. So these all kind of multiply together, all of the different things, so yeah. Yeah, we wanted to bring a platform over there so we can bring over the super alloys. We can bring over the rockets. We can I will leave this launch platform over here in case we want to do more over here. Like, honestly, I'm just gonna load up on super alloys and leave this other stuff here for a more miscellaneous building. Yeah, we're gonna have to make more than one trip. Like, we need to go get our purification stuff over there too. But let's carry this over there. Because once I put down the launch platform, I'll be able to connect to it, because you'll see. Like, it'll be more obvious once I'm building. So I do like using the bigger chambers, but there's actually an even bigger one that will eventually unlock, so I don't know if I want to super invest in this size currently. I think you have to actually buy that one though. I think you can't start with it, so we're gonna start out with these. They do use super alloys, but they are super useful for building in. But yeah, there's already a little bit of food. There's plenty of water on this side, so I don't need to rush just to get food this time. And our goal is actually on this side, so I don't need to dip off to that side immediately. So we can actually let this thing get nearer the end of its journey. Alright, so I'm going to be building over this rock right here, but I want to set up where I want my platform to be. Maybe I don't even need to go over the rock. See, here's the thing is you can't really go too much above it. Nor do you even specifically need to or want to. My goal is for this top part to be convenient. So you can't block that off, but yeah. I know there's plenty of iron in there, but if it's on the ground near me, I can just grab it. Because a lot of what we'll be doing next is like scaffolding. Honestly, let's just get it all out. It's not that much, so yeah. So we got this platform. Can I connect to this part? No, not directly. Okay. You don't want to lock to it, right? I think that these platforms it will lock, though. Yeah. Okay. I thought it locked to these things. It does not, huh? That's a little inconvenient. That's why I said I usually start with the like this launch platform, because it's a little inconvenient to work into a design. So what I can do then is I can build around this stairway. And we're just gonna kind of extend the platform out. So that makes it even. And that will look better to me. And then I can decide how I want to connect up to an actual main structure. And I get to decide if I even want to work with this. So from here, we're going to make see, I was hoping it would be the exact same shape as these, but it's not, unfortunately. Why do you not snap to these the same way? Like, it does there, but not there, which is kind of annoying. Yeah, I left it all in the other base. I guess we'll move over some supplies to eat and drink. And anything else that's useful. Oh, really? Well, there is still ice around. Yeah, that's very unfortunate. We might die there. We waited a little too long. I guess I took it all farther. That's fine. Well, now we know. It's fine. It's not a real crisis. We got everything else we need. I'll just gather some ice along the way. Okay, let's get some more of the iron for some more scaffolding. A couple titanium, and I'll grab a silicone for in case we figure out where we want to put an opening. But seriously, why do you not want to connect? I guess it's not a major problem, but it's just a mild annoyance. Because, like, it will connect to itself later, but... how high do we need to go? We need to go up a couple more levels. Maybe. I want the main structure to be high enough to clear these rocks. And we'll make other entrances and exits, don't you worry, but I want the main level of it to be high enough. Oh, you probably are just not quite high enough, huh? Alright, we went up one more. Come. That's the one thing that's a little annoying, is it's kind of hard to actually, like, get a handle of it. Unless you get up to, like, this level. Let's get our air back and check it out from inside. So I definitely want to go out and make that a little higher up. we go. I think that's about perfect. Okay. And yeah, that's gonna look a little weird for a bit, but I'll change it up as we go along. There's got to be at least one way to get in that. Oh, that's a little weird. Okay, I'm probably gonna be jetpacking every time up anyway. But yeah, that's the main way into that. This is gonna be like a multi-floor design though. So yeah, let's move in our titanium and iron now. As you can see, we are going to use up most of it. We're gonna actually need more titanium, pretty sure. So this right here is gonna need even more. Okay. Let's fill up our titanium in our pocket and go up there. I may actually end up moving this a little farther back, just so that it doesn't bump into this like this. Let's just... Wow, wrong way. That's funny. Let's actually dismantle this, and it's just these two little platforms. Let's move the platforms a little bit and see if we can't do a little better. Why is it always gotta be just a little bit weird? Well, you know what? I actually may not need to actually do that. Maybe I can just do it directly with this. Let's see how close this got. Nope, we have to go down. That is the other problem, is that this is a little weird for a determination on how close you are to something. There we go, that might be a smooth transition. There we go, much better, much better. So yeah, now we can get our stuff up and we can actually build. Okay, so that's a good portion of it. Let us set down a loot chest up here and just put our random junk in here. We're gonna need more supplies for building anyway. But that's the basic structure we got right now is... Oh, I put them in the wrong spot. I'll move them when I go up. So I meant to do one further down this. It'll make more sense once I do the next little bit though. Yeah, we're just gonna keep doing lots of titanium and iron, anything that's around us actually. I know I picked most of the iron out, so this time it's gonna be titanium. Oh, but I'll grab a little ice along the way. What do we need for a crafting station? Silicone? Okay, I'll grab a silicone as well. Should be just about full soon. Good. Alright, let's put away what we got for the most part and try to get a balanced approach on what we bring. Well, or just bring what'll fit. Yeah, we left iron in other places, so we'll bring that up too. We're gonna need more storage. Cool. So yeah, we're gonna go get supplies and bring them over from here. I'm just grabbing anything that looks especially useful in this place. Moving it closer. we're going to need some for this build. So we're going to need super alloy. Actually, we could just bring up most of our super alloy. That'll give us options. Let's just do that. Cool. Let's come down here and dismantle this. Bring that up here too. Yeah, we can dismantle these two and move them over. Cool, that's what I wanted. So yeah, let's drink our water. We're gonna need super alloy for what we want to do next. Let us do that. Do that. And you need osmium, so we're gonna have to go back for that. But see how this gives us just a ton of room to work with? So the bigger rooms don't have the dividing middle sections, so they make it much nicer to work in them. But yeah, I'm gonna put this away. Yeah, so we're going to make another supply run to the very starting area and bring over even more of our supplies. And we're on our way. We'll sit down on this side and enjoy the ride. So we can also see like how the terraformation's going. That'll be pretty nice. If I was gonna guess, I'd probably say it's about like 60 or 70% of the way to the next one. I'm fine that it's not going super fast because I wanted to get this building done anyway. And we really need a biolab to move our stuff to the next level anyway. I guess we haven't had rain in a little bit. Sure, I'll bite. I'll just put this all in our pocket. And we'll just put it in over here. Yeah, we're at about 60% like I thought. Alright, so drop off what we have here. I'm just gonna top it off here as I go across the board. I know I made you a little inconvenient to get into. I don't think I even touched the magnesium one more than a little bit, so that's fine. It can all come to an overflow. Cool. Let's see what we can do here. Did the food grow? It sure did. So I'm going to start being a little bit more choosy with what we don't do and don't eat. So mushrooms and eggplants are actually used for crafting as well as for eating. But I think that the squashes and stuff is still perfectly fine to nom on. So what we came specifically was for osmium, but what we can do is bring some of the more rare elements that I didn't see over there. I don't need to bring literally all of my super alloy. I might want to build something over here, but what I can do is I can bring over this stuff, and I might actually have to build ore extractors over here, so I won't technically take everything. I'll leave 10 over here. We can't carry everything anyway. What else do I want to bring? I'll bring the fabrics. So there's actually a source of tungsten over there, so I don't need to worry about that. I'm just deciding what I want to bring with the last little bit. Sure, I'll bring in aluminum. Okay. Yep, we're loaded for bear now. Another exciting journey back. I want to say this is probably like a 2-minute little monorail segment, maybe a minute and a half. But it's fine. Downtime's good too. There we go. We're gonna leave the food by the door. We're gonna eat one of these up. I guess I didn't actually bring up our ice or anything, or water, so. I'll just gather what's nearby. Look at what we got in storage. Okay, so what do we want to put up there? Let's just start bringing up useful stuff then. So I'll bite, those are actually super useful. So I don't think I have any of the magnesium on me, but we can get that along the way. Seeing if I have anything else in my pocket. I did happen to bring a single aluminum, which is super useful. Okay. Where do I want to put water collector? Because we will need it quite regularly. You don't want to sit on this thing cleanly, huh? How about right here? Can this be reachable? Yeah. So this thing's just gonna make water for us. Now we don't have to worry about ice anymore. What else do I want to make? Biolab. What do you need? More aluminum. Okay. We might need a third trip. I don't know if I had any more aluminum out here, but no, I think I had it at the other base. Let's go continue to raid it. I don't have it here. Okay. Maybe I brought it back. Well, we still have to bring more stuff, so... Another quick journey. Sorry if it is transfer-a-thon here, but... that is part of the game. We'll set it on this side this time. Yeah, another scenic journey. Oh, look at that. I do usually skip right past the first level biodome anyway. It's really not a good cost to benefit. There we go. We are almost there. Let's just continue dismantling along the way. Get rid of this junk at least. Where are we at the terraform? A little bit farther. Not too crazy. I think everything else is topped off, right? Yeah, not quite ready anyway. Cool. Let's go up. Drop this stuff off in the overflow. So we are gonna start moving aluminum over. I'll bring a whole pocket of aluminum. See if there isn't a little bit of nibbling we can do on our way out before we go. No, it's all over there. Okay, that's cool. We're fine. Well, we shouldn't have to worry about aluminum for a bit, but it goes pretty quick, honestly. Everything uses it for a while. We'll also reach the point where it wants us to upgrade our drills and stuff again, so that'll happen sooner than later. But the real bottleneck right now is we gotta launch a bunch of rockets. That's where we're back to. We are almost back again. Some more of the fancier wreck there with aluminum in it. I just noticed that. So we'll square that away soon. So yeah, we don't have a good spot to put it. So we're good on aluminum for a bit, but we were gonna need more. Do we have enough iron to do what I want to? We never have enough iron. Yeah, I didn't think so. So let's drop everything off. We have enough to make the biodome at least, so let's do that real quick. Okay. There we go. I actually want to rotate this twice. There we go. Because we wanted the menu to be here. So yeah, we're gonna have to start getting algae and stuff, which means we're gonna have to cleanse the stuff over here too. But we had to put this together for design purposes, if nothing else, right away. So this one wants fertilizer. Oh, we can't do this yet, so we have limitations based on what we have learned, so... Okay. See, the reason why I don't like to make the level 1 biodome is because it wants lerma seeds. But in the first level, doesn't actually give you plants either, which is the other problem. Like, it just doesn't help you the same way. Like, the algae farms start wanting eggplants. But yeah, we can drink some water. take the aluminum out of our pocket. So we are going to start making storage over here, to be honest. Look at you. Look at you. Beautiful water. So yeah, let's start lining our pockets with iron again. Start dismantling any scrap that has iron in it. Even if it has other stuff. The only ones that don't carry iron are these blue ones. They're like cobalt and I want to say magnesium. What's going on in you? A whole lot of nothing. Okay. Well, that's iron. Okay. Let's get the last little bit we need to fill up, and then we will head over there. Well, you guys will do the job. Okay. Random supplies got in. And our next goal is to just build a whole bunch of storage ones, but these ones will be like more organized. So how do I want to do this? Well, I thought it wasn't going to let me do that. Alright, so we are going to have to consider that again. As long as it's not red, it's fine. This thing is real weird. Look at this glitchy nonsense. I want it to at least match with itself, so we're gonna go back a step. See, that's how tight you can actually get it. So I'm going to start organizing it. So iron, titanium, magnesium. Well, no, I like the next one, silicone, and then magnesium. I'm going to make one of these. This one, probably that. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's basically 6 normal elements. Aluminum being the last of the normal ones you find. There'll be a little overflow for now, That's fine. Super alloy and stuff ends up being a bit of a special case. So what do I want to do now? I guess I'll go gather like the other materials a little bit. Did I bring up food? So I don't have to worry about it. Cool. Another thing I can do is make a spot to put water, so that's fine. But yeah, we'll start gathering the stuff around us. I'm gonna move a little bit away to start, because that way it might be like where the meteors might land. So it doesn't matter for a little bit what I gather. I want to get a base amount of each of the elements. Just for general purpose building. I'll be able to grab them as needed. And there we go, we got one load of adventure. And that'll give us what we need to probably do some basic building in there, build up the other machines. Like in the different rooms that I just put down in here, we'll be able to actually make a crafting area properly. Like this area right here is more of a staging and crafting area. Proper like random storage will be a little further in for now. But yeah. Okay. So you are titanium, you are silicone. And you are gonna be cobalt, even though I didn't have any before. Okay. So we'll go a different direction and we'll start tearing down this nonsense. Okay. Take care of what's in our sight, basically. Yep, Buddhist cart, tearing down all this scrap around us. Fill our pockets that way for a couple minutes. There we go. The one thing we don't actually need more of right now is titanium. Yeah, I was hoping to see an iron like that. Cool. So yeah, that didn't get us any magnesium or silicone, so that's fine. We can just toss these away. That got us a little bit more of the super alloy though. So yeah, we can actually consider put the waters in here. I had some over here, didn't I? Doesn't matter. So we are going to launch a couple rockets. And we're going to collect them. So we are going to get what we need to launch them. It's cobalt and it's silicone, isn't it? So we're gonna launch 2 of one and 1 of the other. So let's come take a peek-a-doodle. I don't think we unlocked any further ones, just these guys, so yeah. Goodbye! Farewell! Bon voyage! And you as well! Okay, bon voyage. See you later. And you are going to bon voyage as well. Bon voyage. So this stacks events. This is just going to be an incredibly long meteor storm. And we will go gather it when it's done doing its thing. So we don't have to worry too much about it. We can start considering what else we want to do here. So what else did we want to put in here? Crafting station for sure. We need 3 aluminum. Then it was titanium, magnesium, and silicone. Easy peasy. Okay, that... Oh, well, nope. That's not what we want. We want you to face us. Cool. So we are going to also want to put storage next to it. Yep, and then the next one happens. So like we just have a bunch that are going to happen one after another. So there's like a pause between them. So yeah. So we're gonna have one for several other elements as well. So how far into this can we put it? And we can do this. That's all that matters, is that I can click on it. It's not strictly necessary to be so compact, but I mean, it is kind of helpful. So super alloy is going to be one. Another one is going to be iridium and uranium. So I think this one's going to be super alloys. This is going to be iridium, and that one's going to be uranium. The other one's going to be miscellaneous useful overflow, which is going to be mostly this osmium and stuff for now. This is the third batch, by the way, like I've been keeping count of it. Alright, so what else do we want to put in this bad Larry for now? We're gonna need our information screens. Okay. How do we want that to be set up? Usually the way I do it is just the same way I've done it, so. The main two that are important are terraformation in progress, so 2 iron, 3 silicone, and 2 cobalt. Okay, let's toss those bad Larrys up. You gotta be a pain like this. Okay. There's a particular angle that works for this. Yep. Let's do the other side. Making sure that's the way it wants it to fit. So you are going to be in my way, aren't you? It's fine. I don't necessarily want that there anyway, long term. Yeah, there's one spot right on the edge that does that. So now we can have an idea of how we're doing. So yeah, we're at 80% now. It's a purified atmosphere. Then after we reach there, we can go look around again and take a peek. It won't take nearly as long as the first time we did. Okay, so next we're going to need overflow. Where do we want our overflow to go? Well, for now, I'm just going to put overflow here for sorting. And I guess we'll make more as we go. Okay, so that's all of our landing ones, so we are probably good to go looking around for them. But now we have to be we don't have to be anywhere near as careful with the water, so I'll just make sure I keep putting it away. I can eat a turnip soon, so yep, we're gonna sort our way this way, and we're gonna first we're gonna go on top because some of it might have landed on top of that. But what's nice is that all of these glow, so look at all this nonsense. I was kind of hoping it had cleared up a little more. And you are, of course, somehow blocking the entire ladder. How? How did you even do this game? Alright. Somehow finds a way to get in my way. Of what I want to do, you know? Whatever. I could probably fill my inventory without trying too hard anyway, so I can check that part out afterwards, I guess. I did launch 3 rockets, so it should be plenty to pick up, regardless of what we do. But yeah, the reason why I put those storage for that right next to the crafting station is because you're going to basically craft most of it up anyway. Some of it should be over here too, if I was to guess. Yep, sure was. Yeah, our pocket's just about full. Okay. Okay, let's craft that up. So put this in here. No, that's not quite what I meant to do. So yeah, let's start where that impact is and start working our way left, because that's the only way we're gonna get it all. Doesn't quite look like we can actually go into it yet, fortunately. Is it cleared? No, that rock is still definitely in there. I know I saw the glowing. Yeah, we're definitely just gonna have to go back for that because the rocks are still there on that one. Yeah, we're gonna climb up here and see if there's some right here or on top of this. Yeah, see, I had a feeling. This is a little bit further out than I thought it might be, but that's fine. Everything on top of it is gathered. What's going on in here? Did I leave anything good? I sure didn't leave anything on that one. That's just goo. Yeah, because this place was gooey. That's fine. What is with this angle? It didn't want to let me turn around, which was weird. Okay, the top of this thing mostly settled. So yeah, these rockets all are going to increase the multipliers for terraforming, so terraforming is going to happen very quickly if we keep doing this. But we had 5 rockets to launch, so... Like I said, the only reason we held off is because we didn't want it to terraform faster before, so... That situation's changed. I guess I should check on top of the rock too, and shouldn't just guess it's not on top. Same thing with this rock. That was one reason why I chose that mostly middle area that is open, is because it'll be easier to see half of the drops because they'll be over this way instead. Yeah, like... Actually, we might not be able to carry all of this, which is a bit annoying. No, so some of this iridium was already here anyway. Well, maybe all of it was. Well, I mean, if we pick it up now, we won't get confused later. I meant uranium. It's not a significant amount anyway. What's going on in here? Anything worth noting? Goo? Okay. This is all from meteors. Look at all this. This is what I mean by meteors are sometimes easier to see, like when they're in the open like this. But yeah, we gotta drop this off. For some reason, I keep on automatically guessing that it will be over there, so... Oh, did I do that backwards? I sure might have. You know what? I might change up my storage a little bit. This first one might be the loose giblets. And the second one might be completed rods. Because if I'm gonna do them largely together, that's just the way to do it. Hello there. You wish you could be crafting the planets too, right? But yeah, this stream is largely wrapping up. I'm gonna clean up this meteor and then we'll be moseying out for this adventure. We'll do the other two next time. Yeah, but if I was to guess, after we finish this up, our terraformation will be in the middle of the next level. Oh yeah, it's been some pretty good streams. Look at all these goodies. I finished exploring the new all the areas I could reach and cleansing them. So I found several areas that you can't access yet. So that'll be a future adventure, but at least our boundaries are now known. I think a lot of these are actually part of are just mineable. Like these ones are mineable, so I don't need to worry about them right now. Now this thing's gonna give me a sandstorm and be generally annoying, isn't it? Might be mineable, yep. Yeah, so there's also mineable iridium in this little section too. But I guess if we're just looking for iridium, this also works. Like, it's not important to get every little bit, but we did pay the cost for it. We launched our our rockets, so if we can get it, we should get it. Of course, the sandstorm's really not helping this endeavor much. I'm making a new main base. Or I'd say I made a new main base. It just isn't... it's not complete because we don't have access to all the buildings yet, but... There's a lot of our iridium and uranium. They landed right here. So it looks like that section did finally clear up, so we can go back to the main base and start working our way that way instead. Yeah, this is our new main base. There's like a 2-minute monorail ride to get to where the original main base was. Is that another sandstorm? You gotta be kidding me. Well, fortunately, the first part of this journey doesn't need me to see where I'm going. I already know where it was. It was just covered in rocks, so I couldn't properly explore it. Like, there was this section over here that there was a bunch of rocks, and I might have cleared it out pretty good, or maybe there's some nibbling bits here. Looks pretty clear, though. I think I got this side, but here is where it starts getting dicier. That and a lot of blood. That's so much blooded, dude. Yep, I knew some of it would just land on top here. Honestly, there might be even more. Maybe they're sitting on top of this section, so let's take a little peek. Okay, yeah, you could get in there from that side, so yeah, that's that part. Look at that, the sandstorm decided to clear perfectly at the right time, right when we were done with that section. Okay, we can dip Sadoodle into here and restock our oxygen. Did I leave anything of note in here? Goo, goo, goo. Cobalt. I'll take these. Alright. Catch you later. Oh, you were actually one of mine. So now we gotta consider how much of this got stuck on these rocks. So let's start poking around and seeing if we can't see them. So there is some stuff up here, but I think that this is mineable, not loose. But we can take care of it. We're full, okay. Yeah, we'll do another run. So that's another reason why I built the base high, is because it'll be a little easier to tell where things are that fall. But we won't have, if I remember correctly, a lot of such looking for these things. You quickly move beyond the need for it. But for now, it's super useful to be a little high to get it. But the reason to be high was so we could keep building across the rocks if we need to. We have room to grow across it. And I can make an actual, proper tunnel across. But yeah, we're gonna climb up here and see if there's something going on up here, like if a meteor crashed into the top of this. Yeah, see, I was right. There are pieces right here. Which means it might be... Yeah, see, look up there. That's gonna be super annoying to get to, game. That's another version of the water collector we already had, so that one just collects it from a lake instead and does it faster. So, it is an upgrade. Yeah, so there was a treasure up here, so there was a technical reason to come up, but we're probably mostly good on that. Yeah, I think that's about as high as we can reasonably get to on this one. But we did it. We scaled it mostly. So yeah, we can keep on the lookout for more iridium piles. I'm sure this is just a mining one. Kinda don't think that they are up even higher, but it is technically possible. Oh, no, I was wrong. Now we know, because once you learn where it does tend to drop it, you know where you need to look next time. So after you do this for a couple times, you'll pretty much know the patterns for where things land. But yeah, we're just going to keep getting the water and making a whole chest of it, because it's used for a lot of recipes going forward. So if you just start gathering water as soon as you put those down, like, you'll save yourself a lot of piddling back and forth. Okay. So as you can see, this gives us a good amount to work with. So I bet our terraforming is at the next level now. Yep, we just did. Purified water cycle. Okay. Cool beans. So yeah. But yeah, this is where we're gonna call it for now, guys. I hope you guys have a lovely day. I'm gonna save it real quick to make sure that happens. And you guys have a good